Every good story eventually comes to an end. But when it comes to tech, it's a little bit different on how the ending is. And it doesn't mean that one changes and uses something completely different going forward. But this video encompasses everything that I think about the Google phone. Like when you talk to somebody and you say, the Google phone, have you ever tried the Google phone? You know, mixed thoughts, mixed feelings, and some just don't even know what it is still. It's one of those funny situations. Now with this, I've had multiple different Pixel phones, multiple, and I've had great experiences with all of them. You know, it's come to the point where, you know, I have friends that are like hashtag Tito for Team Pixel, and I will always appreciate everybody's support for that. But it goes a little bit beyond just being part of a group that gets review units to review and make videos about every year. The experience that I've had with Google phones, like I said, and will always keep saying, are amazing. I always bring up the fact that these phones are intelligent, and they are. They very, very are intelligent. It's beyond me, just, you know, the experience that I've had. And dabbling with other smartphone devices, coming back to a Google Pixel phone really kind of brings that out. When I see all the things that I'm able to do with my Pixel phones, and then think of the experiences that I've had with a Samsung, with a OnePlus or a Motorola, and you know, the experience in Android is night and day. It's night and day when it comes down to that. I am considered myself spoiled when it comes to the Google Pixel phones and the features that it gives me, allows me to use. You know, one of the big key things here, and some of you guys may think camera, and that's not it, but Google Assistant on here is fantastic. It is amazing. And I've just never really had a bad experience with asking it questions and getting results to things that I'm inquiring about. And then you have features like call screening that just, it helps. It helps throughout the day that I'm not getting unwanted phone calls from people that have malicious intent. And the same call screening goes into my my text screening. So all messages that are coming through are, if they're detected as spam, I'm not bothered by them. I don't have to see a notification for them. And if it's not sure if the message is spam, I'll see it, but it gives me a warning, lets me know. And I like that. I truly, truly appreciate that from Google. The cameras, which some people are getting tired of hearing about, because that's what seems to be the thing that phones compete on in the grand scheme of things, is photography. Even though, like, you know, I'm not totally focused on cameras when it comes to smartphones and the experiences that I have, but I will say that the Google Pixel phones has allowed me to capture some really, really amazing photos to be able to share on social media with all my friends and family. And that's something that I could definitely appreciate. And while there are a lot of other manufacturers out there who have stepped up and caught up to Pixel in certain areas of photography, but Pixel still holds a very high spot when it comes to photography and the way the photos comes out. And in every photo that I've taken, 9 times out of 10 has always been really clean, really smooth, and really nice looking for just a smartphone's camera, right? These aren't DSLRs, and they're pumping out photos that is just like amazing to share, even on social platforms that is dedicated to photography like Instagram. Now, the audio quality on these devices are always a hit or miss. Still one of my favorite Pixel devices that has the best audio quality is going to be the Pixel 4, but they all do generally very well when watching videos and, you know, consuming media and things like that. You know, it always makes me just wonder, like, what goes into a Google Pixel phone? Like how is it this smart? I mean, that's just one of the questions I always ask. You know, I tweet about them, I post Instagram photos about my phones, because I'm generally, you know, proud to be a proud owner of a Google phone. To be able to say that I have a Google phone is really awesome, in the way that I know that when I'm saying it, and I have this pride behind it, is because I know that my phone can do things that most smartphones out there are not really doing, or they're not really focused on. I'm not saying that, Samsungs and Motorola's aren't smart either. They are. They're smartphones. They're classified as smartphones. I'm not going to take that away from those brands. This is not a battle or a war between the Google phone and the iPhone on intelligence, and which is the smartest of all time. It's nothing like that. But the experience cannot be replicated on any other smartphone that there is out there. Motorola's, Samsungs, they cannot replicate the experience. And while some may disagree with me, which you are entitled to, that's totally fine. But it's really hard for me to put it in words on my experiences and how I feel about the devices. There really isn't anything out there that matches the Google phone when it comes to what they focus on, with it being a very helpful device. That's what these phones are for. They're to be helpful. They're to be helpful in capturing life's moments, which is why that Google pretty much pushes photography, is they want people to be able to capture those life moments and have beautiful photos to be able to share with people. It's helpful in getting your day-to-day tasks done. It's helpful in protecting you from, spam messages and scammers calling. It is helpful for you finding information, and it just makes things seamless. The combination of Pixel products like the watch, the buds, the upcoming tablet, and even a Chromebook, the Pixelbook Go, solid devices, and they play well together. I mean, the ecosystem has been very, very polished from what it was 5 years ago, and it's continuing to be polished and get better and better over time. And while some people don't have the patience to allow something to achieve its greatness throughout time, getting things right, getting things better, making the correct fixes to make the experience much better, for me, I have the patience to be able to kind of go through that. The Tensor G2 chip and the G chip itself, solid. I don't have any complaints, and I'm glad I haven't had any, bug issues or bad experiences, which is why I consider myself lucky.